You've been told your labs are fine, but you still feel exhausted, bloated, and like your body is betraying you. That's because your symptoms are trying to tell you something. And today I'm breaking down 15 Hashimoto symptoms you shouldn't ignore if your labs are normal. I'm Naira, a certified holistic nutritionist specializing in hypothyroidism and your Hashimoto's BFF. If you've been feeling dismissed, overwhelmed, or just flat out confused about what's really going on in your body, I just want to say it is not all in your head. I've been in the exact spot where the labs say everything looks normal, but nothing about the way you feel actually feels normal. That's exactly why I made this video. Today, I'm going to walk you through 15 Hashimoto symptoms that often get overlooked, even by well meaning doctors. These are symptoms I wish someone had explained to me earlier, because once I started paying attention to them, everything changed. And if you want help connecting the dots in your own journey, I've got a free gift for you called the Hashimoto Symptom Connection Map, my free guide that walks you through the most common symptoms and what they're linked to at a root cause level. Because the more you understand your symptoms, the more empowered you will be to heal. I've linked it in the description box below. Now, real quick, before we hop into the top 15, I think it's important to start with how it's even possible your labs could come back normal, even if you have symptoms. Well, I hate to say it, but most traditional doctors treat labs, not root causes. So when they order your standard lab panel, which is usually TSH and T4, it doesn't really show the deeper dysfunction. That's because Hashimoto's affects more than the thyroid hormone production. It's an autoimmune condition, which means your immune system is attacking your thyroid. And unless you're looking at the full picture, things like thyroid antibodies, free T3, inflammation markers, and nutrient levels, you can miss what's really going on underneath. And that's why so many people stay stuck and feeling like crap. Because if you only treat the thyroid hormone levels without calming the immune system or addressing the root causes, your symptoms won't go away. In some cases, they'll actually get worse over time. So, what symptoms should you not brush off, even if your labs look normal? I like to group them into three main buckets. The first being the ones that get dismissed the most, the second, the sneaky ones that are easy to miss, and thirdly, the big red flags, those obvious whole body inflammation signals. So let's start with group number one, the ones that get dismissed the most. First on the list, we have chronic fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. I'm not talking about I stayed up too late scrolling tired. I mean the kind of exhaustion that feels like it's carved into your bones. The kind that makes everyday tasks feel impossible, even if you slept a solid 8 hours. And here's the thing, this isn't laziness, it's not bad time management, it's your body telling you it's running on empty. Your thyroid plays a huge role in metabolism and energy. So when it slows down, your whole system does too. This one gets brushed off all the time because, let's be real, fatigue is common. Most people, even doctors, chalk it up to stress, parenting, or just life. But if you're living in that bone deep exhaustion day after day, it's a sign that something deeper is going on. Number two, we have brain fog or forgetfulness. So you walk into a room and instantly forget why. You reread the same sentence over and over. It feels like your brain is moving through the mud no matter how hard you try to focus. This isn't just being scatterbrained or needing more coffee. Brain fog is a real neurological symptom, often tied to low thyroid hormone, inflammation, or poor conversion from T4 to T3. And yes, it is frustrating, but you're not making it up. This one gets brushed aside all the time because it's invisible. People assume it's just distraction, stress, or too many tabs open in your brain, but really it's your thyroid waving for attention. Number three, we have anxiety or depression. Mental health struggles are incredibly common with Hashimoto's, yet hardly anyone talks about them. And when they do come up, they're often treated like they exist in a vacuum, as if your thyroid has nothing to do with it. But here's the truth, your thyroid directly influences brain chemistry, including serotonin and dopamine. So when it's out of balance, your mood often is too. That's why you might feel panicky, heavy, unmotivated, or just not like yourself. Unfortunately, this gets dismissed because many doctors treat mood only as a psychological issue. But in reality, your body and brain are deeply connected, and your thyroid could be playing a much bigger role than anyone has told you. Number four, feeling cold all the time. If everyone else is comfortable and you're bundled up in these sweaters, that's not just poor circulation. Low thyroid function slows your metabolism, which also impacts how your body regulates temperature. Cold hands, cold feet, and a constant low tolerance for chilly weather are all subtle but very real signs your thyroid might not be pulling its weight. This one gets brushed off easily because it doesn't look serious. People blame it on the weather or assume it's just the way your body is. But if you're always freezing and no one else is, it's worth paying attention to. Symptom number 5, hair thinning or hair loss. Whether it's extra shedding in the shower or noticing your part whitening, hair changes can be both scary and emotional. And no, it's not automatically just aging or just postpartum. When your thyroid is underactive, your body goes into energy saving mode. That means it diverts resources away from things like hair growth and toward keeping your most vital systems running. The result? Thinning or shedding that feels hard to control. This symptom often gets blamed on hormones or stress or just simply getting older without anyone digging deeper into how your thyroid might be involved. If you've been told any of these symptoms are just stress or just getting older, I want you to hear this. They are not all in your head. They are real, they are valid, and recognizing them is the first step toward finally getting the care you deserve. All right, now let's hop into the second category, the sneaky ones. These are symptoms that fly under the radar because they're so common. But in reality, they're often signals that Hashimoto's is affecting other symptoms in your body. So, number 6, bloating or constipation. Digestive struggles show up a lot with Hashimoto's. Maybe it's bloating that seems to hit out of nowhere, or constipation that's either constant or unpredictable. And here's why: your thyroid helps regulate gut motility. So when thyroid functions slow, your digestion slows right along with it. The reason this symptom gets overlooked is because gut issues are usually treated in isolation or blamed entirely on diet. But for many people with Hashimoto's, it's not just about what you're eating, it's about what your thyroid isn't doing. Number 7, irregular or heavy periods. So maybe your cycle has started stretching out longer than usual, or it's suddenly shorter, or your flow has gotten way heavier than it used to be. That shift isn't random. Your thyroid and reproductive hormones are closely connected. So when one falls out of balance, the other one usually does too. This one slips under the radar because irregular cycles are often chalked up to just hormones without anyone asking why those hormones are off in the first place. Symptom number 8, fertility struggles. For some women, the first big red flag that something's off with the thyroid shows up when you have trouble getting pregnant. That's because thyroid hormones are key players in ovulation, implantation, and sustaining a healthy pregnancy. If they're not where they should be, the whole process is affected. And the frustrating part is that fertility testing doesn't always include a complete thyroid panel, which means many women are left without answers, when in reality, their thyroid could be the missing piece. Symptom number 9, puffiness or swelling, especially in the face or hands. Do you ever look in the mirror and think, why do I look so puffy today? Maybe it's around your eyes or your cheeks or even your fingers. That puffiness isn't just random. It can be a subtle but real sign of low thyroid function and inflammation. When your metabolism slows, your body tends to hold on to fluid, and lymphatic drainage can also get sluggish. That's why you might notice swelling or puffiness popping up more often. It's easy to dismiss this as just water retention or chalk it up to a bad night's sleep, but if it keeps happening routinely, your body is telling you something deeper is going on. Symptom number 9, weight gain or weight fluctuations. Hashimoto's can make weight loss feel like a moving target. Maybe you've noticed pounds creeping on or constant fluctuations, even when nothing about your lifestyle has changed. This isn't simply about eating too much or not exercising enough. When your thyroid slows down, your metabolism does too. Add in inflammation and blood sugar ups and downs, and your body ends up out of balance. Sadly, this symptom is often met with shame or unhelpful advice like just try harder. But the truth is, it's not a matter of willpower. It's about how your thyroid and immune system are functioning. Gut issues and hormone imbalances like these are closely tied to Hashimoto's, and these symptoms are your body's way of asking for deeper support, not quick fixes. They may be easy to overlook, but they're absolutely worth listening to. Now for the last category, the full body inflammation signals. These are the symptoms that don't always look thyroid related at the first glance. But Hashimoto's isn't just a thyroid issue. It's an autoimmune condition, which means your immune system is stuck in a chronic state of inflammation, and that inflammation shows up all over the body. So, the first one in this category, number 11, joint pain or muscle aches. If you're waking up stiff, sore, or feeling like you've done a full workout you definitely didn't do, that's inflammation talking. With Hashimoto's, this isn't just getting older. It's your immune system creating inflammation that impacts your joints, muscles, and connective tissue, making everyday movement feel harder than it should. Number 12, dry skin and brittle nails. If your skin has started feeling rough or flaky lately, or your nails are splitting and breaking more easily, that's more than just a cosmetic thing. When thyroid function slows, so does cell turnover. That means your skin and nails don't regenerate as quickly, making them more prone to dryness, brittleness, and signs of nutrient depletion. It's easy to brush this off as a minor or purely surface level thing, but these are actually physical symptoms and signals of slowed metabolism and chronic inflammation showing up on the outside. Symptom number 13, insomnia or trouble staying asleep. Ever feel wiped out all day, but then suddenly wired the minute you try to sleep? Or maybe you fall asleep okay, but you wake up at 2 a.m. wide awake, sometimes anxious, sometimes restless for absolutely no reason at all. Sleep struggles like these are often tied to cortisol imbalances and systemic inflammation, both of which are super common with Hashimoto's. The problem is, insomnia usually gets blamed on stress alone. But when inflammation disrupts your circadian rhythm and throws off stress hormones, it's more than just a too much on your mind thing. It's your body's way of saying the system is out of balance. Number 14, slow recovery from illness. If every cold seems to drag on forever, or it takes you way longer than it should to bounce back from a virus or infection, that's a sign worth noting. With Hashimoto's, your immune system is dysregulated, which means sometimes it overreacts and other times it underresponds when you need it the most. This one gets overlooked because we don't usually connect recovery time with thyroid health, but a sluggish immune response is a clear signal that something deeper is going on. And last but not least, symptom number 15, mood swings or irritability, which I am very guilty of, my poor husband. If you've been feeling extra sensitive, snappy, or like your emotions are all over the place, that's not just being hormonal. Thyroid imbalance and inflammation can directly affect your nervous system, hormone regulation, and brain chemistry, including neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. This one often gets brushed off as PMS, stress, or just part of your personality. But if you're living with Hashimoto's, mood swings are often your body's way of showing you it's under inflammatory stress. So if you're living with any of these 15 symptoms, especially if your labs keep coming back normal, please don't brush them off. I know how easy it is to second guess yourself, to wonder if you're just being dramatic or if maybe it's all in your head, but it is not. Your body is wise. These symptoms aren't just random annoyances, they're signals. Signals that something deeper is going on and that you deserve more than a surface level fix. I truly believe that the more we listen to our bodies instead of fighting them, the more we lean in instead of pushing through, the closer we get to real answers and find real relief. So, if any of this hits home for you today, I just want you to hear this. You are not alone and you are not broken and you're definitely not crazy. What you're feeling is valid, and the sooner you start connecting these dots, the sooner you'll move from just surviving to actually healing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. I'm cheering you on every step of the way. You got this, and I'll see you in the next one.